So I'll ask you to introduce uh, Celeste Leverton of Coutts Bank. I wondered maybe if you could just introduce yourself to our live audience, a little bit about why you're here and what you're looking to get out of the day.
Great, thank you. So, hello everyone. My name is Celeste Leverton, as Sean alluded to. So, yeah, it's been a jam-packed day. I was on a fireside chat this morning at 10:30, discussing how Coutts went through the BCorp certification journey, and also had a pre-recorded virtual panel event as well, looking at whether BCorp's the best fit for all businesses, or perhaps if it suits some better than others. So, super interesting.
So you also delivered a keynote on how a 330-year-old private bank, Coutts, can move to being a B Corp. So how can it?
Yeah, super interesting. So, our B Corp journey took us 2 years. So there was a lot that we needed to do to certify. One was to change our Articles of Association, which is our legal charter, so that we work in the interest of all stakeholders in society, so balancing both profit and purpose. The second was that we had to score over 80 in our impact assessment that B Corp assessed, and that looked at 5 different impact areas. So your governance structures, the way you treat your employees, the way you treat your clients, your impact on the environment, and your surrounding communities too. I say it took 2 years. We had a big data gathering exercise, and then 7 months worth of verification with B Corp. So it's definitely not a box ticking exercise. And to remain a B Corp, you have to recertify every 3 years. So we're very much making sure that we're not standing still and taking sustainability seriously. But what was so interesting is, sometimes B Corp is thought of being a better fit for perhaps product-based businesses or newer to market businesses. And I think Coutts does a really good job of debunking that myth that, we're 330 years old, and we were able to go through the process. In terms of scale, we were the 4th largest at the time of certifying by revenue. We're a subsidiary of NatWest Group, and we're a finance-based firm, and so not product-based and direct to consumer. So hopefully by showing that we can do it, it inspires others to go through the journey too.
So B Corp status is difficult to attain. To argue that's one of its strengths. What were the main challenges for Coutts along the way to attaining B Corp status?
So one of the challenges that we cited was at the time when we were looking at the B Corp process, B Corp wasn't that well known. So there was a big education piece, both internally, but also externally too. And so when we went public about becoming a B Corp on our headquarters Strand and also Manchester, we did a big campaign partnering with 200 other B Corps, shouting about the movement itself, because we thought, whilst it's great that we've become a B Corp, the whole point of it is about being a force for good and working together with others. So, I think for us, it was the education piece as to what is B Corp and why is it relevant to us, and especially as a finance firm, how can we make a difference? And secondly, it was that data piece as well. It is a rigorous process. B Corp asks you so many different questions. There's over 200 in the assessment, and they were asking us for data that we, quite frankly, hadn't collected. So, that obviously takes time. There's a manual element, especially due to scale, both from clients and our own workforce as well.
So, having gone on that journey of achieving B Corp status, what advice would you have for other organisations who are on that same journey?
So, a really interesting fact that's been thrown around a lot today is that the B Corp impact assessment is used by a whole plethora of different businesses, and only 5% of businesses who use that impact assessment actually become a B Corp. So what I would say to any business owner, whether it's a small business or a large business, I would just do that impact assessment, and you can do it in a matter of hours. I'd recommend doing it in one sitting, unlocking the assessment, and seeing how you score. The great thing about it is it's a hygiene test. So you can look at where there are holes in your business, and it's a really clear roadmap of what you need to do to improve. So a lot of our clients and suppliers just use it as that kind of free consulting tool. And then based on how they score, they get new ideas, initiatives, what they can do to improve, and they build it into their strategies. So I would honestly just urge people to sit the assessment and not overthink it. It's live, it's free, it's easy to use. You can keep updating it and you can go back and revisit your answers. So yeah, I'd urge people do it in one sitting, don't overthink it, and then you can spend time validating your answers later on.
I was interested to hear you say in your keynote, Celeste, that as an organisation, you're helping other organisations in the financial sector, supporting them in their drive to become B Corps. In what ways are you supporting them exactly?
Yeah, so one of the great benefits of becoming a B Corp is the access to the B Corp community. And, there are 5,000 globally. I've heard that there's going to be over 1,000 just in the UK by the end of September. And once you become a B Corp, you have access to different working groups. And one of those working groups is B Finance. And really the aim of the working group is to collaborate with lots of other UK finance firms who are certified and urge other finance firms to also become B Corps. It's interesting because we're highly regulated and competitive to a core, but we're not competitive about sustainability. And actually, we want to bring other finance firms to become B Corps and join the community to bring about real systemic change. But what we will be competitive on is our score, right? And yeah, the more the merrier. So that's what we're trying to do in that space. And for Coutts as a business, B Corp has been a great way for us to example that we are getting our own house in order and that we are serious about sustainability. We're not perfect. It's a long journey and we strive to be transparent as we improve, but it's meant that we can start having conversations with our clients. So since we became a B Corp, we've helped over 60 clients with their own B Corp journeys and 10 suppliers too. So there's a really big advocacy piece in that.
Celeste, Leverton, Coutts, thank you very much for your time.